So this is part 2 of my DIY festival crochet top. So you should have this so far. All I'm doing is attaching my thread on the very right hand side on the first chain of the row. You're just going to put your needle through the first chain and you're going to chain out a total of 6. So once you have these 6 chains, you're going to count out to the 4th chain away from the beginning, and you're going to place a double crochet on the 4th chain. And then you are going to go right back into the same chain and place 2 more double crochets. So you're going to have a total of 3 double crochets in this one chain. And then chain out 3. Count to the 4th chain and then place 3 double crochets in this same chain. So this is going to be the pattern for the very first row. So once you have the 3, you're going to chain out another 3 and count to the 4th chain and place 3 double crochets through this chain. I'm just going to leave in this whole clip just so you can see, just in case you need extra help to do this row. But it's a pretty simple pattern. So after you reach the middle and place your last 3 double crochets, chain out 3, prepare for a double crochet, and you're going to be placing your double crochet in the first loop of the center. And you're going to be placing a total of 3. So then chain 3 again and skip the next loop and go right into the center of the shell, in the very center of the top. So in this you're going to be placing 3 double crochets, and then you're going to be chaining 3, prepare for a double crochet, again skip the first loop and place it in the second, and you're going to be placing a total of 3 double crochets, and then just continue the same pattern until you reach the end. And I'm just showing you here, if you count out 4, you're going to have an extra chain left. It's okay if you have an extra chain, just skip to the very last chain. So it's okay, the last loop is going to be a little bit bigger of a space, but that's totally fine. So flip over your work, and then you're going to begin the next row by chaining out 3. Prepare for a double crochet. You're going to chain an additional 2. Prepare for a double crochet, go right into the first loop, and you're going to be placing a total of 3 double crochets. So once you have that, you are going to go directly into the next loop and place a total of 3 double crochets. Chain 2, place an additional 3 double crochets. So you're going to be placing shells in all of the lower loops from the previous row. And you're not going to be chaining anything in between the shells, if that makes sense. So you're just going to continue that for the rest of the row. So once you reach the middle, you're just going to continue as usual, skip over the center shell and place your shells in the spaces beside the middle shell. So just continue until you reach the end. The very end, you are going to be placing a total of 3 double crochets in the last loop. Then you're going to chain 2 at the top of this, and then go back in with 1 more double crochet to finish off the row. So then for the next row, just flip it over and chain 3 to get started. Then you're going to be placing a total of 3 double crochets in every top of every shell beneath it. And I accidentally cut out the rest of this row, but that's all you're going to be doing. Chaining 3 double crochets, then you're going to chain 3, and then you're going to be placing 3 more double crochets in the very next shell. So I'm sorry for cutting that out, but that's all you're doing. So 3 double crochets, you chain 3, place 3 double crochets, and the next shell top, chain 3, 3 double crochets. So I hope that makes sense, and I'm really sorry for cutting it out. But so that is the entire next row, and once you are finished, to begin the next row, all you're doing is chaining 3. Then you're going to prepare for a double crochet, and again you're going to be placing shells in the spaces below. So that is a total of 3 double crochets. Then you're going to chain 2 and put 3 more double crochets in the same space. And then you're going right into the next space with your shell. So that is the pattern for this next row. So just continue that same pattern for the remainder of the row. And then once you are finished, I'm just going to chain 3 and then connect it to the last double crochet beneath it to end the row. So now all I'm going to do is I really want to edge off the side of the bikini of the halter top just to make it look nicer. So all I did was I chained 2, and then I'm going to be placing double crochets along the entire row, working my way upward. And it honestly does not matter where you're placing your double crochets. You just want to make sure that if you are double crocheting in a larger loop like I am right here, I'm probably going to put 2 or 3 double crochets just to make it fill out evenly, but that's all you're doing. It honestly does not matter where you place them. So just work your way along up to the top, and then once you reach the top, just so I don't cut it and tie it and it looks awkward, I am going to be placing a few single crochets going into the strap so it has a nice fade out transition. So all I'm doing is picking random chains in the strap and single crocheting. So I just did 3 and I ended my third one with a slip stitch so it fades out, and all I did was cut it and tie it. So now I just flipped over my top and I'm tying it back along the bottom so that I could edge off the other side. I'm just doing a double knot, and then I'm going to be chaining 2, and I'm going to be placing double crochets along this side in random places. So once you are done edging off both sides, you are going to be placing the back straps. I am going to be having 2 straps on each side, one at the very bottom and one in the center of my cup. If you feel like you need more support, I would end your second strap right there at the bottom, but I don't need extra support, so I'm just placing it in the center of the cup. So all I'm doing is doing the same pattern I did for the top. If you need a reminder, I'm just tying it where I want my strap, chaining out 3, and then I'm going back to the next chain and placing a double crochet. So once you have your first double crochet, chain out an additional 3, prepare for a double crochet, and then go down to the first chain of the 3 that you just made and place a double crochet. So this is creating a thicker strap with a nice pattern, and I'm just doing that for the length that I want in all 4 spaces that you want your straps, and then you are completely done with this tutorial. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching.